Straight ahead! Uh-oh! Ron! Ron! Where are you? Over here, Harry! The Whooping Willow's got me! Don't worry, Ron! I'll come and get you! Just hold on! I can't do anything else! Hurry up, Harry!
Now, this level's pretty fucking scary for a game that's intended for kids, because of things like that.
Gina, if you're watching, I bet you're already scared. Continue.
But yeah, it's also really hard considering how early it is in the game. I do, however, do it better than usually. Let's say it like that. I don't run into quite as many problems.
Time to beat up this tree.
Yeah, that musical sting when those things appear for the first time, and that's actually pretty nice thing that they did that. It's like the first time it appears, it's like you get that whole musical sting, and then you know it's there, so they don't overstay their welcome, or as long as the console remembers that you did that.
Right.
Yeah. So our task is to, well, more or less just go onwards.
While collecting treasure.
Well, just frogs.
Eat the frog.
Harry, just eat the frog. Kill it
There,
more, then
right.
you can eat it faster. It takes them a little while for them to attack you, so while it is a bit of a jump scare, it's not a jump and take advantage of you. And here I'm going to save, and well, it is going to put me back at like the beginning of the level anyway. You know, it's just good to keep a save, because what's coming up next is a little bit clunky. It's also a lot clunkier than it actually is, because the game does not explain certain things to you quite so well. It doesn't communicate them quite so well.
Fun.
Like, for example, here, they can be hit with Flipendo and or thrown. Now, you don't actually want to hit them with Flipendo, because the problem here is this thing grows and stops you from going onto this. So long as it exists, or rather, the moment it disappears, a new one will grow. However, it seems that when you throw one of them, as opposed to destroying it, it doesn't grow back instantly.
Good.
So yeah, that's something good to remember, because like you can keep firing at them, and even though it may grow back tiny, that already blocks you from going through the path. So yeah, like for example, this one, just wait until the thing disappears, and pick it up, and then throw it somewhere. It can be used as an attack against imps and whatnot, but it's difficult to take advantage of it. It is an area of effect, but generally it's easier just to smack them.
If your report is
A frog.
Frog.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna rag on it because that section can be very difficult. But you can also get health just from the bushes because now they will start dropping health items as opposed to just beans. They're not going to be dropping frogs, they will instead drop cauldron cakes, which restore less.
You just leave Ron to die.
Yeah, see, now they're explaining the cauldron cakes. Well, if one of us is going to survive this forest, it better be me. I'm the main character. So yeah, here I'm trying to actually use them, but it's difficult to aim. Oh, and also if you're having trouble with the targeting system because it's a little bit squirrely, a good way to get around some of its annoyances. When you know an enemy is behind you or to the right of you, turn around and quickly press the button twice, like the R1 for targeting. Like first press it very shortly and then press it again, you know, press and hold it. That way you will actually lock onto the enemy and not just look in their direction. In the GameCube version that is actually made better because you do actually lock onto the enemies that are in that direction at the time when you're pressing the button, so you don't have to press it twice. But they have their fair share of own camera controls that are not actually present in this version, but we'll get to that when it's the time. But yeah, I need to smack one more. Or rather, wait until a certain thing happens. Like this.
Nice.
Alright, so now we can see there is a treasure chest over there to my left, but I'll figure out how to get there in a moment. First we have unlocked this way, which leads to something that is built up like to be a trap, but it actually helps us go through, and besides we can actually come back there. And this chest actually, chests in this game actually require you to approach them from the front.
Why?
Because there is a specific animation for Carrie opening them. And it wouldn't work if you're in the back.
What if you jump on top of the treasure chest and try and open it?
Wild Arms 4 has taught us that it is impossible.
True.
You can't open a chest while standing on it. Now here, while we get Hedwig, we don't actually have to give her anything. It just gives us this notice.
Okay. I love that no matter what situation Hedwig is in, she always glows with, like, holy goodness.
I mean, she's white, you know, and we all know that most definitely in all of the literature, all things white are good and black things are bad.
Wow, racist.
Exactly. I didn't write this.
Well, maybe you should talk to your editor. The script is terrible.
I know, right?
And where the hell are you even supposed to go now? Oh, over there.
Well, right here there isn't really much of anything. I'm currently just trying to figure out how to get to that one particular chest. And here here is that chest. And there are those puffers. I'm gonna just call them puffers over there. We need to get rid of both of them, which is a little bit inconvenient.
Hedwig, meanwhile, is just watching shit.
And now Harry's just... Yeah, you see, the moment that one disappeared, the other one appeared.
This is gonna take a while.
No, it's more or less just getting lucky and having controls not screw you over at the last moment. The best thing that could happen is that they go out of sync. You actually only need to get rid of this one because you can get past the other one. But you need to get rid of the ones that's the closest. But when they're out of sync, it actually helps. And what do we get for our troubles?
Nothing. Oh, card.
And all cards are good because they increase our health. But as far as I know, only like new cards will increase our health. So sometimes you can get doubles of cards, and those do actually have a purpose. You can trade them for other cards with other students, you know, because trading cards. I was wondering if those are...
What if you could get more health for literally every card? So what if you got all 9s of every single card in the game? Would you just be unkillable?
No, because most of them are pretty useless. But yeah, against those dogs, you need to use Lumos to fry them.
Wow. Or
well, no,
in
it's...
this case.
Exactly. They can still attack you, like they're not stunned forever when you do this, and they have shared health bar. So if you can get both of them in the same light, it takes care of them very fast.
Nice.
It's actually good to remember. How Lumos affects ghosts, because this actually translates to all of the other ghosts. They're not going to be attacked in this specific way as they are right now, with like a comb of light, with you chasing them around. But they will be scared of light, which is something the game does not actually communicate like ever, but it is a mechanic that I haven't discovered myself. It was actually my 7-year-old sister who was like, "Hey, can you use the light on the ghost to not attack you?" And I was like, "That's actually really ingenious, and it actually worked."
Nice.
And in case you're wondering, that sound effect that happens on some of the loading screens, that is just the game being like, "Oh, you have a new objective." And I don't know what exactly happened there, but I'm not gonna be staying here for much longer because this location is a clusterfuck.
Just ignore everything and...
Yeah, there is no health bar for the imps, and they can be killed, so there can't really be any point to it.
Harry, I can't hang around here all night, you know. Very funny, Ron. Now, how on earth am I going to release you? Is there some kind of weak spot on the tree you can cast a spell at?
Like maybe that giant eye.
Whoa!
Yeah, like they somehow managed to make the tree super creepy with that one gigantic eye. And now I kind of forgot what I was supposed to do, but you're just when he's doing that, you can shoot the eye. But I still managed to do it even after the time. For some reason,
You know what would make this even creepier?
What?
If the tree's giant claws also had eyes.
They kind of do.
No, but I mean like actual ones, not just like giant glowing lights.
Pay close attention to the next time they show off their
No,
weak
I know
spot.
what you're talking about, but like, still.
Yeah, see over there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The fuck, like, right
No, but it's like spots that look exactly like that one eye that it has.
there. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, we all know this is a Zelda boss.
Well, then
And
where's its boss subtitle?
that is true. But yeah, this game most definitely took a lot of inspiration from Zelda. More so than, say, the PC version. What with its controls and whatnot. I don't actually think that the power that you use matters at all, because it's more or less just about getting a hit. Ah, damn it.
The invincible spot has been compromised.
I thought I was impervious to car damage. I guess I have not invested enough points into that stat.
Thanks, Harry. Much appreciated. Oh, it was nothing. Anyway, we better get a move on. We don't want Professor Snape catching us out so late. Come on, Harry, let's go!
But yeah, that sound effect is basically
The only
updating
thing I'm not looking forward to this term is seeing Snape.
objective.
Let's just hope he's left because he missed out on the defense against the dark arts job again. Or he might have been sacked. I mean, everyone hates him.
Or maybe he's waiting to hear why you two didn't arrive on the Hogwarts Express.
Rack.
Professor Snape, we were...
In my search of the grounds, I noticed that considerable damage seems to have been done to a very valuable Whomping Willow. I will be speaking with Professor McGonagall later.
That tree did more damage to us than we...
Silence! I would advise you both to make your way immediately to the Gryffindor Common Room.
But Professor Snape, we...
Go, and count yourselves lucky. If I should catch either of you out after tonight, I will definitely deduct house points.
Come on, Harry. I'll meet you outside the entrance hall.
And they're not actually saying that just to say that. Deducting house points is an
Brilliant.
actual mechanic. And here we have a bag of potion vials. It's just hanging out there.
Yeah.
Blip. But yeah, if you ever get caught during the night by one of the prefects, there is a chance that you will lose house points. You can't deduct me. You can deduct my points yet. But yeah, Harry may get winded when you run around for a long while, but it's just a visual effect. Doesn't do anything.
He's getting up and, he needs to take a breather every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
He's not as spry as he used to be.
No, not as spry as he was in the PS1 game where he could jump for miles.
Seriously.
Well, you're not going to talk to me. Well, how about you have this? This is really the only usefulness you get out of those pellets.
And I love them for it.
The hourglasses show which house has the greatest number of house points on any day.
Now, do they? Oh, and also I should mention,
Come on, Harry!
in the GameCube and the Xbox version, you don't actually get to walk around the grounds.
That's dumb.
Yeah, the grounds still do exist.
Why, if it isn't young Potter, how are you? Glad to be back at Hogwarts?
Well, I would be, Nick, if Professor Snape hadn't caught me outside.
Well, I suppose that rules are there for a reason, although sometimes the reason escapes me. Yes, you shouldn't be up this late, you know. Better get back to the Gryffindor common room before Professor Snape catches you again. Goodbye.
Bye,
The same
Nick.
actor from the PS1 game.
Okay, let's go
Entirely
to the 7th
possible.
floor.
Because if not, he sounds really damn close.
I mean, I believe that most of the voice actors are actually the same across the versions.
Except for Dumbledore, as we noted.
Yeah, that's one exception. But I believe Harry is done by the same person every time, same with Ron.
Yeah.
There isn't much of anything to find, but what I was saying is you don't actually get to walk around the grounds in the GameCube or Xbox versions. Which is really odd choice because the grounds are still there. You just get teleported around from one place to the other as you approach like a quick travel spot. I guess maybe they thought that walking around that distance was too much for most people, or they found it to be annoying or whatever. But at the same time, you will find out very shortly how fast it takes.
Let's go in, Harry.
Like, it doesn't take all that long before we actually get the ability to fly. And here I was just bringing attention to how many of the
really
paintings
want to
are reused across this
Right.
place. Now they did do a pretty good job at reusing them because they flip them over, like, you know, mirror them or give them a different frame or whatever. And those places here are for a reason, because we're gonna have to sneak around them.
I can't get into the common room, Harry. She wants the password.
Of course I want the password. How am I to know that you two aren't Slytherins disguised as Gryffindors?
Because we don't look like gorillas, that's how.
There you are. Someone said you'd been expelled for crashing a flying car into the Whomping Willow.
Well, we haven't been expelled. Look, just tell us the new password, Hermione.
Oh, very well then. It's Wattlebird.
Wattlebird.
Fuck you, though, Harry. You have to say it specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Harry, Fred and George have set up a shop. You can trade all kinds of things with them for spells and really wicked stuff. Wow, I must go and see them. Where are they? Go through that door and through the reading room. There's a portrait on the other side. What's the password? Liberty Gibbet. Oh, and watch out for Percy. He hates being disturbed when he's studying.
Yeah, that Olympus guy's a real
I'll
asshole.
meet you in the common room later.
Yeah, he really is an asshole, because if he catches you, he can actually deduct points.
So you'll
from your
have
house.
negative points. Since you don't have any points right now.
At this point, I don't think he will, because, you know, this technically is a tutorial, but here is a pro tip. Always save when you enter a room when there is any sort of stealth, because then you can just pick quit the game, start from the main menu, in case you get caught. And then you don't lose points. Not possible in the GameCube version, you have to do everything in one go.
Huh?
And here I got very unlucky.
Hey!
So I just leave. In general, there is one way in which you can sneak past him like 100% of the times without any effort. Oh, and also these doors open in both ways.
Obviously.
Yeah, like I mean, they hang in both ways. They hang out in both ways.
Yeah.
You just throw spells. You just throw a spell right down this corridor, and he will never. He will go check it out, and you just go through this room, right through this painting, and you crawl through it, and you're there.
Ah, Potter! You finally made it then. Heard about the Ford Anglia. Mum's gonna kill Ron when she finds out. I bet it was worth it to see Snape's face when you landed.
Sort of.
Anyway, welcome to our shop, Harry. Yes. Feel free to browse our extensive range of wizard wheezes and magical merchandise. Everything priced at reasonable rates and the only currency universally accepted throughout Hogwarts. 30 bots, every flavour beans.
We're sure there's something here you'll like.
Gross.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things you can get, but well, we can't really get a lot of them.
Albert Grunion, the inventor of the Dung Bomb. How much is that?
30 Bertie bots, every flavour beans.
How much is this Wigan Well potion vial?
100 Bertie bots, every flavour beans.
Jesus!
Mm-hmm.
How much is that?
Fucking rip-off artists.
80 Bertie bots, every flavour beans.
But you do have to take in account that
luminous balloons. What do they cost?
20 Bertie bots, every flavour beans.
those are refillables.
Alderton card. How much is that?
30 Bertie bots, every flavour beans.
So like it's not like in the PC version where you just make 20 of them
20 Bertie
and
bots,
they
every flavour beans.
here it's just like you will have 3 and you can refill them whenever they get used up.
This Beatrix Bloxham card. How much is it?
30 Bertie bots, every flavour beans.
Yeah,
I don't know
all
why,
cards
but I
are
like
30.
the way he says that.
I do too. I'll just buy them.
Non-explodable luminous balloons are great for distracting people.
They're not really great for that.
What are they
Because
great for?
Well, they do have a use for distracting. It's just like knocking in Metal
Albert
Gear.
Grunion. Where would we be without his outstanding contribution to explosive dung?
It just kind of like works like a firecracker
What
with.
does this cost?
20 Bertie bots, every flavour beans.
It just works like a firecracker that starts off late. It makes a lot of noise. And this one I didn't need to pay for.
You know, I'm waiting for you to open one of these doors and there's someone taking a whiz behind there and they're like, Jesus, man!
Jesus,
Open a stall
man.
door on somebody.
Jesus, bro.
Hey, Nico.
Okay.
Jesus.
Let's can't open that one. It's pretty special. Now, exiting this location is way easier than actually entering because he's always going to be facing that direction by default, so you just run to the exit. And now at this point we have done everything there is to be done. Well, almost everything there is to be done.
Okay, Harry. It's been a long day. I'm really tired and I'm off to bed.
Yeah, at this point I can finish the day
So,
by.
You and Ron actually flew here, Harry. I really don't think that was a good idea.
Well, what do you? We'll see. We'll see what you think about this idea.
So she doesn't mind the smell, she just hates you through
Thanks
something.
ever so much for finding my file case, Harry. Have a wizard card.
And yes, this is also how you get extra points. You can do quests for people. However, those quests aren't particularly well implemented, because there's way more of them than there is
Hello,
occasions
Harry.
for you.
I'm so glad I got sorted into Gryffindor like my brothers.
Well, I'm not glad.
I'm never happy. Why can't I get some happiness around here?
Harry!
He didn't get one. And did you get any french
Definitely looking
fries?
forward to the first Quidditch match of the season, eh, Harry? Can't wait to run rings around those Hufflepuffs.
Well, you're
What the
getting
fuck
french
does the
fries.
Hufflepuffs ever do, you jerk?
Well, they weren't last in the PC version. That's what they did. But yeah, this one's unique because you get to finish it by simply going to the bed, like this, instead of doing it through the menu. So let's just ransack other people's belongings.
Of course. Man, everybody has to share a bedroom. That's fucked up.
Yeah, wouldn't want that.
Fucking privacy, please, Jesus.
I guess that's what curtains are for there.
I guess, but that doesn't help much.
No,
I
it
mean,
really does not.
what if you want some alone time? You know what I mean?
They're only like 10.